Hey guys, I'm Roger Dodger Gaming, and I'm your coach for the Las Vegas Corviknights. We are here for our Week 3 matchup. We are currently 1-1 and are looking to pick up our second win. Our current opponent is undefeated, so we're hopefully going to break that streak. Let's get into our opponent's team. Alright, so these are the Pokemon I do not anticipate him bringing. Skarmory definitely could come. If he does bring it, it's going to be a hazard stacking set, but I think having a Darm, he may not bring it just because Darmanitan hits so hard. Garbodor, I don't anticipate him bringing because of our Slowking. He could bring it if he's really worried about Tapu Koko, which is another reason why I think Skarm might not come. But we have just so many good things against it, like our Slowbro that can just destroy it. Next one is Zygarde 50%. I don't really anticipate him bringing it just because of us having such a good Pokemon in Dracovish who can just hit it really hard, the Dragon move or a Water move, and decimate it quite badly. Don't really anticipate him bringing Miss Magius. He could bring it for Slowking, but I think he has better options, and I don't think it really fits his team too well against us. Let's get into the Pokemon I do anticipate him bringing. Alright, so I highly anticipate him bringing Mega Gallade. It is super good against us. Dracovish can deal with it fairly well. I think it can be a very good Pokemon. It gets access to a very wide move pool, and it's just very good Pokemon overall. It was his first pick in the draft, so I highly anticipate him using it. Barraskewda, I think he'll definitely bring just because of the pivoting options with Flip Turn, it being super fast and hitting very hard against something like Darm if he's concerned about that. Vanillix is 100% coming. That thing is a monster against our team, and us having a Dracovish kind of wanting to have a weather war, I can 100% see it coming with things like Freeze Dry Blizzard just to hit us really hard and be able to kill us. Tangrowth I really think is coming just as a defensive pivot against Slowbro, something that wants to take those hits and be able to do that no problem. It's very hard for my team to break, especially Dracovish. Tangrowth is super bulky and can have a rocky helmet, so giving us chip damage. I definitely anticipate him bringing Clefable just because of maybe a Wish Pass protecting. It can potentially Calm Mindset to set up and try to sweep us. I think it has a lot of potential, and I think having a team like Dracovish where we could potentially be locked into move could be very good. And as another counter to Dracovish, I really anticipate him bringing Rotom Heat as well as a kind of check to be able to switch out on things like a Slowking, be able to Volt Switch, hit that really hard, and just be there to kind of switch around and get into some of his bigger threats like Vanillix or something. Let's get into the Pokemon I did not bring. I ended up not bringing Dracovish. I thought he had a lot of things that were really good against it, so Dracovish this week is going to sit out. Hopefully that doesn't come to bite us. Our next Mon we didn't bring is Hawlucha. Hawlucha, I just didn't think it had a great matchup because of just its typing, and I think he had a good stuff. It's weak to Vanillix, even though because of its ice typing, and I think probably either Specs Vanillix or Scarf Vanillix could be really good against us, so I was trying to minimize that, and I didn't think it had a good matchup this week. Same thing with Registeel. I didn't want it to give him the opportunity to set up on stuff. It could have been good for the Clefable, but overall I just thought I had better options, and with our Mega Absol, I didn't think had a great match just because of his Mega being really good against it, with that fighting typing being able to hit us really hard, and also Clefable could just truck us for a lot if he decided to, so I didn't think that was the best strategy. Alright, let's get into the members of the team we did bring. Our first Pokemon is going to be Tapu Koko, Life Orb, Calm Mind, D-Gleam, and Thunderbolt set with Roost. This thing is very good against his team. I anticipate being able to switch out on something like a Rotom Heat, maybe taking a Volt Switch or something along those lines, and being able to Calm Mind on that, and then be able to set up with D-Gleam. Does a lot to his team, can hit things like Tangrowth that I wouldn't be able to touch otherwise. Thunderbolt hits super hard and can just pretty much do a lot of damage to his team. This thing can be a really good late game sweeper depending on if we use it correctly. We are able to get that Calm Mind up, we can just decimate things. So I think this is going to be a key component to winning this week. Alright, let's get into our next Mon. Slowking, this is going to be kind of our defensive pivot this week. Scald for overall hitting his team pretty hard. Zygarde, that hits fairly well. Flamethrower is there for the Tangrowth and Skarmory just in case it comes. Psychic as overall stab, hitting things that Scald and Flamethrower don't. And Slack Off for recovery. We are not putting any EVs in special attack this week, and we want to add a little bit bulk for the special defense just in case he has something like Giga Drain. This is going to be primarily a defensive Pokemon. Let's get into our next Pokemon. we are bringing Choice Scarf Mamoswine. This thing is a monster this week. Icicle Crash hits fairly hard. Earthquake can decimate stuff. Ice Shard is there, so I want to have a little priority just in case. Icicle Crash just does a number on stuff, especially as Zygarde comes. Knockoff can be devastating to different things. Icicle Crash also hits his Tangrowth really hard. Thick Fat allows us to take hits from Vanillux and Rotom well, so this could be a good counter to Rotom Heat, being able to be immune to his electric attacks and not badly damaged by his fire attacks. I think the Choice Scarf getting a little speed, because that's something he might not expect, with the adamant nature trying to hit hard but also be fairly fast, might catch him off guard, so I'm hoping that comes in handy this week. Alright, let's get into our next Pokemon. Gigalith. Gigalith is a main component this week, as we do want to prevent Vanillux from destroying our team. So we're max HP, max special defense with Sandstream and leftovers. This thing comes in and basically is our check to Vanillux. We can change the weather, so if he has Blizzard, he'll be more inclined to miss, since it won't be 100% accurate because hail will be gone. And we can hit things like Stone Edge, Earthquake. Stone Edge is there primarily for the Rotom Heat. We do a fair bit of damage with Stone Edge. Stealth Rock can be good too, chipping his team. He has a lot of switching options for momentum, so being able to kind of punish those switches could be really good. Toxic could also be very handy depending on what we are able to get that off on. And yeah, this is a very good Pokemon for this match, being able to try to chip things down. Let's get into our next mon. Among Us is our check to Clefable and potentially Skarmory. If he brings Skarmory, I highly anticipate, or he has a lot of threats on his team that this could be good against, like potentially his Mega if he chooses to bring that. We are able to Spore that if it switches in on us and put it to sleep, and then we can switch into something like our Coco and be able to hit that with a D-Gleam, which will really hurt it. Giga Drain for Clefable. We have Sludge Bomb, Clear Smog, Giga Drain, and Spore as our Sludge Bomb hits the Clefable for, I believe, 50%. Clear Smog, in case it's the setup set, I could definitely see him setting up on some against us. This thing also really puts in work against his Barraskewda, being able to take hits no problem. I think we one-shot with Giga Drain. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure we do just absolute tremendous damage with the Giga Drain against that thing. And if he wants to like flip turn into something else with Spore on that, and then be able to put one of his more threatening mons asleep, which is very important. Let's get into our next mon. Our final mon is going to be Darmanitan. Darm, we are bringing Choice Scarf, Flare Blitz, Iron Head, U-Turn, and Earthquake. We want this thing to be super fast against things like Vanillux. We can hit super hard with a Flare Blitz. Iron Head does decent damage if we don't want to take the recoil from Flare Blitz. We can do some similar stuff. Earthquake hits super hard, and Flare Blitz does just tremendous damage to pretty much his entire team. We are able to kill things like Fairy with Iron Head, or Clefable rather. Flare Blitz just does a tremendous amount of damage to pretty much everything. The only thing that wants to take one is the Rotom. We do like 52, so it can take one, but it definitely doesn't want to take a lot of damage from us. Earthquake just hits super hard, and U-Turn as a fast pivot. Alright, let's get into the battle. Alright, so he leads Barraskewda. I'm going to lead my Among Us. He is probably going to flip turn, which is fine. I'm going to go Giga Drain just in case he wants to stay in. He does bring Skarmory instead of his Mega, which is pretty interesting. I highly anticipate him to Hazard stack before his Skarmory was basically a Hazard, so I'm going to Spore here on that. I can switch into something more threatening like my Darm, or he just goes Vanillux. I think that's fine. I have an easy switch into my Coco here, in case he stayed in with the Skarmory. I have an easy switch into my Gigalith here to change the weather on the Blizzard potentially coming out here. He misses the Blizzard because of the weather change, which is great. I can go for an Earthquake here or Stone Edge, depending on what he wants to go into. He goes Skarmory to... We are able to hit him for 28, which is fine. We can go back into Coco if we want, or Darm. Darm is really good against this thing, and we can just go for a Flare Blitz. Nothing really wants to take this on his team. It is a shame we are getting some chip from Sandstorm, but Rotom Heat's gonna come out. So I believe we two-shot this thing. Oh, we got a crit, so we do a little less than I thought. We do, so he's probably defensive if I had to guess. I can go into Gigalith. This thing cannot hit Gigalith worth a darn. And we are able, he does get the parry, which kind of sucks. Hopefully that doesn't hurt us in the long run. We can go for the Stone Edge, which is fine. for the Skarmory, or Stealth Rocks. Stealth Rocks is very good for all the switching he's been doing. I'm going to go back into Coco on him. If he wakes up, that's not a big deal. He does sleep, which is good. I am going to go for the Calm Mind here, because that allows us to hit pretty much everything on his team fairly hard. I'm going to go for the D-Gleam. We are able to get rid of his Tangrowth, or Tangela, rather, which really helps our team. He is going into his Vanillux, which is fine. I live whatever hit he wants from this thing, so I am going to kill it with a Thunderbolt, which is great. That Blizzard is unfortunate, as he is able to knock us out. We might have had a sweep there if he didn't. I'm going to go into Slowking on his Barraskewda, which is good. We made that read pretty well. He's probably going to just go for the flip turn. I can go for maybe a Scald or a Psychic, depending on what he wants to go for. Psychic is a really good play. We are able to get crits. We are getting, and a special defense drop. We are getting very lucky this match. So this is, I think, his most threatening Pokemon right now on the field. He is Soft Boiled, so he has definite recovery. He chooses not to be Wish Pass set, or Wish Protect, so that's interesting. He is a Calm Mind, which is very scary against our team. We do want to make sure we're doing as much damage to this thing and keep it low so we can kind of deal with it. I'm going to just keep attacking for a little bit. We want to keep it within range. If he decides to Calm Mind, I can switch into my Amoonguss and ensure that he doesn't really have a... We can Clear Smog to get rid of its stat buffs and make sure it doesn't remain a problem. We are able to outspeed it with a fair bit of our team, which is very handy, and are able to also get another special defense drop. We can go into Amoonguss here on the next Calm Mind and go for the Clear Smog and make sure this thing remains not a problem. If he wants, he can kill us here, which is fine. We can go for the Sludge Bomb. If not, yeah, we can just go for the Sludge Bomb, hit this thing super hard. We don't want it recovering on us. We are able to do 54%, which is really good. He can choose to kill us if he wants to. He just goes Skarmory, which is fine on the Sludge Bomb, so that's not very effective. We can switch out into our... so he wakes up, we can potentially switch out or just Spore again. We do just decide to Spore because that's pretty easy. He is a probably Iron Defense Body Press set, which is fine. Slowking can take that no problem. I am just gonna Flamethrower here and pretty much knock him out. Yeah, we are able to knock him out, so that's a good sign. We are looking fairly decent at this point. He may bring in... yeah, he just goes into his Clefable. I can just go for the Psychic and try to get another defense drop. If we are able to do that, we'll be in a pretty good position. He can just Calm Mind again if he wants to. Yeah, he is going to go for the Calm Mind. I am just basically want to keep him in range for something like Darm to be able to kill, or my... Mamoswine to be able to hit really hard. He does have Flamethrower, so that's not great. We are going to go Mamoswine here. We can hit it with a Icicle Crash and just hit it. We are able to flinch him, which is really good. We're really getting lucky this game. I apologize to my opponent for the hacks. If we are able to get another flinch, we might be able to stall him. He does have to be mindful. This thing doesn't seem like it can hit us very well, as Flamethrower isn't going to do much. He has Moonblast, so that does a decent amount of damage. That special attack drop doesn't matter. We can hit him with another Icicle Crash, and if we get another flinch, we could be set. We aren't able to get a flinch, but if we get another flinch, he's not looking great. So we're gonna just keep hitting him hard. We want to make sure we get him in range for Darm. And if we're able to keep him in range, we should be good. This is gonna be a little bit of a stally battle, as my key to winning is to make sure he doesn't keep calm minding on me. I can handle where he's at with Gigalift, and he decides to knock me out, which is fine. I can go into my Darm and just destroy him with a Flare Blitz. So we are able to kill him. I don't believe that crit mattered. We were doing quite a bit of damage to him. I anticipate him to go to Barracuda, which is fine. I can go for the Flare Blitz. I unfortunately do not kill him, which really sucks. He lives on 1. He decides to flip turn, which is interesting. Maybe he didn't realize I was scarfed. So we are able to I think we're going to be able to finish this game with Gigalift, assuming we don't get paralyzed frequently. A Stone Edge should be able to kill this thing. Unfortunately, we miss one, so hopefully the hacks are not too bad. We're fortunate that his discharge is not doing too much. We are able to hit the Stone Edge, so that should be GG. Gigalift will get the kill on Barracuda for the Stealth Rocks, which is great, and we are able to win 2-0. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please comment, rate, and subscribe. I really appreciate your guys' feedback on the videos, so if you think I can improve on something, please let me know, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.